What's going on, boxing heads? It's your boy DMV. You guys know me, man. Typically, I talk a lot of football, but every once in a while, I get on when there are big fights. When the sweet science treats us right as fans, right? If you're in the comment section, man, let me know you out there. Say what's up to your boy. Say what's good. You know, I guess the only way to really comment, you can comment on an X if you are on X, but if you're on YouTube, shoot your boy a comment, and we could talk about this fight, man. We could talk about the card. Actually, it was a really good card. Shushu got the knockout victory. Keyshawn had a really good performance. He might have been, I mean, hell, I was going to say he was the sharpest fighter of the night until you saw that Shakur performance, and then Big Baby Miller had the had the biggest moment of the night, getting his top blown off. Oh my God, man! Look, it was an eventful night. I enjoyed the card. I talked to my friends throughout it. Um, it was a very eventful card. It was something that was really good for boxing. Boxing needed it. Boxing needs more of these matchups. You know what I'm saying? Too many hypotheticals, because this was a matchup that over the years people would have said that, oh, Shakur can't hurt a fly. He's pillow fisted. He got them brittle hands. Tiafimo about to run through him. Tiafimo about to knock him out. He doesn't give him anything to be afraid of. All of those things we've heard before. But until you get in there, until you get into that ring, until you know what I'm saying, styles make fights. Shakur said that too. Shakur talked about that. He talked about going up in weight in the face off, and how it wasn't going to matter, how his skills were going to be put on display, how that was what's going to matter in this matchup. I think now, see, going into this, they did a very good job of building this fight up. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Tiafimo did a good job of faking, did a good job of acting, but deep down, they knew on that side, based on sparring, based on what they knew deep down that Tiafimo did not stand a chance. And why do I say that? I went into the fight thinking Tiafimo is calm. You know what I'm saying? Shakur looks a little tight. I even thought that at the press conference the other day. I thought that, I was like, man, he looks tight. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to loosen up. And I think once he loosens up, he's gonna dominate. I actually predicted, I thought it would be about 8-4. Maybe he would have got caught and dropped on something small. But I knew within the first 30 seconds, I ain't gonna say and hold y'all. I knew within the first 30 seconds that this was gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. Now, I didn't think Shakur was gonna stop him, but a lot of my friends thought that Shakur was gonna stop him. And it was a bloody mess in there at one point. For a guy that can't punch, sure was a lot of blood, sure was a lot of swelling. It was just it was pure domination from opening bell to the end. I think maybe one round, maybe I think round 8, Shakur kind of took his foot off the gas. And even in that round, you gave it to Tiafimo because you felt sorry for him. But this is exactly why we need more of these matchups to happen. Tired of all this posturing, tired of all these young people talking this and that, tired of all these Twitter beefs. Get into that squared circle. Get into that squared circle and handle what you need to handle. And that's the one thing I will give Tiafimo. I'll give Tiafimo that credit, is that he was willing to jump in there and he was willing to put it on the line. And he did so. You know what I'm saying? So if there's anybody out there who has any questions or any feedback, my bad, my bad. I had to go to the YouTube video because we got 131 people in here watching. We got 131 people in here, which probably means, because I haven't gotten any comments, that everybody feels the same. It probably means that everybody feels the same. But leading up to this fight, That is not what I was seeing. I was not seeing any of that. I was seeing a lot of, but I'm willing to bet that this fight did well numbers wise. I think it probably did well numbers wise. You'll probably have um a lot of people are going to talk about it. The things that I wonder that they're going to talk about though, I wonder if we're going to gloss over the ass whooping that happened with Shakur and Tiafimo for how good Keyshawn looked, because Keyshawn looked damn good out there, guys. He looked damn good out there. And you know me, well, for those that don't, I think that Bomac is the best trainer in the game right now. I think hands down, Bomac is the best trainer in the game right now. And I thought that Keyshawn was going to miss him. I thought he was going to miss their team. But what it really showed me tonight about Keyshawn is that he has a special talent. He and only a couple of fighters have that. The only other fighter that I felt could change trainers and almost like they didn't miss a beat was Floyd Mayweather. Whenever Uncle Roger was sick or something, his dad had to take over, or Uncle Roger was in jail, so his dad had to take over. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like Floyd didn't skip a beat, or maybe he showed you something different whenever he switched trainers. And Keyshawn, what he did in there was impressive against Jermaine Ortiz. We definitely have to talk about that. We have to talk about that, and we have to really digest what he was able to go out there and do. He looked more impressive tonight than I've seen him look against a really good opponent. I'm almost ready. Now, here's the fight though that's being set up. The fight that's being set up is Devin Haney and Keyshawn. That's the fight that's being set up. In reality, I'd like to see that fight. I definitely would. But also, I'd like to see Keyshawn in there with Tiafimo. Yeah, Tiafimo did just get his ass whooped. Sure. Keyshawn only has 14 fights. Let's see him in there against a world champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see him in there against a two-time ring, pound for pound type champion. Let's see him in there. Maybe Tiafimo becomes a gatekeeper at that point, or maybe Tiafimo evens the score, because he does what Tiafimo would have over him is some experience. But experience didn't matter tonight. What mattered is who was the better fighter. That's the only thing that mattered tonight. And shout out to those men. Shout out to them. Before I get out of here, Gerald Big Baby Miller might need to hang it up, because not only did he become the laughing stock of boxing tonight, I mean, this is going to be a story that when we tell our grandkids about it, they're not going to believe us. They're not going to believe us. And the only thing we're going to be able to do is show them. Like, if we just told them without proof, they would not believe that happened. That sounds like some on the corner barbershop talk that you would exaggerate. Like, I seen somebody get hit so hard their damn hair fell off, or their wig fell off. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of things that you would hear. But his performance did not match what we thought Big Baby was, which leads me to believe, I don't know if his opponent was that tough, or if he just wasn't prepared. But that was a fight that I was willing to skip through. And after he got his wig split, I ain't really want to see no more. There was nothing else that he could have done. He could have knocked homie out. And after that, I was completely done. I was completely done. But, I just wanted to get on here, do a video, do a reaction. It'll probably be some shorts and all that type of stuff. But what's next for these guys? Let's talk about what's next. Tiafimo doesn't need to hang his head, in my opinion. He got beat by a better fighter. A lot of us knew that we knew this years ago when you started matching him up with the Haneys. We started matching him up with the Shakurs. You know what I'm saying? Guys that actually box. Like Tiafimo looks like an athlete and he looks like a boxer against slow footed guys. He was matched up well at top rank. He was matched up well. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just call it a spade a spade. He was matched up well. We kind of knew this. One thing that kind of surprised me, I think, but I think Ryan matched up with these guys a lot better. So hopefully we start seeing him mix it up once he gets himself. I fully expect Ryan Garcia to knock Mario Barrios out. I'm calling that now. Y'all come back to this if I'm wrong, but I'm expecting Ryan Garcia to whoop Mario Barrios. Straight up. That's just how I feel about it. But I knew we kind of knew me, couple of boxing heads, we kind of knew that Tiafimo was gonna get whooped in these type of matchups. Tank, you know what I'm saying? But now it's time for us to see more of these guys mix it up. I would like to see Shakur and Tank. I think we waited long enough. I don't care about no tune-ups at this point because it's not like I would like to see Shakur and Tank next. And I would like to see I really wanted to see Devin and Rolly, but it looks like Rolly and Connor Ben are probably gonna fight. They them two had some jockeying tonight, some jawing and some back and forth. So it looks like we might get Rolly and Connor Ben. Um, I don't necessarily want to see Devin and Keyshawn lock up right now because I think down the line that's a bigger fight. Not to say that if it happened, I wouldn't be happy about it. I would, but I think that there's other matchups that we could see. Hell, we could even see Devin and Ryan once Ryan whoops up on Mario Barrios. We could see that rematch, and then that can set up some more fights down the line. But I'm ready to see Shakur and Tank. I think Shakur did enough tonight on the big stage in New York in front of everybody, whooped him so bad that I think we want to see a Tank fight now. I think that's the fight. I think I want to see Shakur and Tank lock horns next. Like, let me know what y'all think. Is that a fight that y'all want to see next? Um, Keyshawn, I'd like to see him solidify himself a little bit more at 140 because look, this was his first fight at 140, I think, and then you want him to move up to 147. I think that I want him to stay at 140, and I mean, yeah, I think the next fight for him could be Tiafimo. I don't want to see Tiafimo and Shakur again. I don't care what excuses they have. Uh, I know the other time he lost, he talked about how he almost died and used that as an excuse. I don't want to hear no mental health, no nothing. That was such a mismatch that we never need to see that again. But that doesn't mean we don't need to see Tiafimo again. Doesn't mean that Tiafimo doesn't need to pick himself up from that defeat because people have done it before. People have done it before. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shushu, I'm not sure. I would have to do. To be honest, this is my first time watching Shushu tonight, so I'm gonna do some more digging, and I can get back to you guys on what I would like to see from him. But he had an excellent performance tonight with the knockout. That was a really good fight. I could watch that fight again, to be honest with you, because that was a close fight up until a knockout. That was a knockdown, drag out, like gritty type performance. I like that fight a lot, for sure. Adames, man, we got to figure out what the hell going on there. Because you know we got to figure out what the hell was going on as to why we didn't get that fight. But outside of that, man, I think I'm gonna lay it down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, listening to me blabber for about 16 minutes here. You know what I'm saying? If you can do me a favor, go to YouTube. If you're tuning in to Twitter, go to YouTube, DMV Fanatic. Hold on, let me see. me see if I can put my name. DMV Fanatic. If you're on Twitter right now, do me a solid. Go like this video. And also subscribe, man. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, show some love. If you enjoyed this post-fight breakdown, because to be honest with you, I know I talk a lot of football, but when gives me something, boxing gives me something to talk about. And not the hypotheticals, because obviously the hypotheticals told us that Tiafimo was supposed to knock him out, and they get in the ring, and it's the opposite. It probably could have been stopped the other way. When boxing gives us something, then that's when you see me. All right. But I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna head to bed. And we'll do a recap at some point. I think I'm gonna join Norbs on the 10-8 podcast a couple times, and they got some champions over there. Zab Judah be over there, Jamel Herring be over there. And we're gonna rock it out a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit more boxing coverage this year. But appreciate y'all, man. We out. Peace.